Hey, welcome to episode 4 of Tribe. This episode, I'll be hosting my friend Allan. He is a chemistry major, he has an interest in music, and he also loves the arts. So please check it out. This is actually a very short one. It's under an hour, and it has a lot of gems. I truthfully think that if you're an immigrant like myself, you will really relate to some of the topics in this episode. So feel free to reach out to him, connect with him, like, comment, share, you know the vibe. And yeah, enjoy. But yeah, bro. So this has taken like a whole month to get done, and finally it's coming to life. Like I've had like you saw the list of people,
Yeah.
and there's like literally like 50 people there. So it's kind of wild how many people like want to get on it.
Yeah.
It's dope seeing it, and I don't know. It's just cool.
I definitely see it because, as you said, you wanted to build a community, but you already have a community with the friends that you have,
Yeah.
especially how you treat everyone.
Yeah,
And
man.
everyone's just excited for you to do this, and everyone just wants to be a part of it, you know?
Yeah, dude. I'm so excited to see everybody hop on this. Just to see like my friends becoming friends with other friends. Like you were in my birthday, bro. Like
No, yeah, I remember.
yeah, my birthday was just all my friends coming together, and that was so fun.
I'm mostly excited because I know that there's a lot of people that have like very different perspectives and points of view, and because you have friends from different places and
Mm-hmm.
that do different things, and it's going to be like
Yeah,
an experience to see like how everyone thinks,
yeah, but
their goals, and whatever they're doing.
it's really beautiful how people, because you're from Ecuador, I'm from Colombia.
Mhm.
The last person that I did the podcast with is from America, but she's Puerto Rican and Turkish.
Mm-hmm.
So her background is half similar to ours, but
Mhm.
half different from ours, because she was grown with both aspects from it.
Mm-hmm.
But you, for example, you lived alone
Yeah.
for a long period of time. I haven't lived alone, so right there, like the background changes and the perspectives change and add up to new ideas.
Yeah, how you do things in general.
Yep.
Especially because like I grew up in Ecuador, you know?
Yeah.
Like I have you grew up here.
Half, yeah.
Half. I 100% grew up in Ecuador, so when I came here, which is a whole change of my world, and I had to like start from zero.
What age did you come here?
I came in here at the age of 15.
Damn, that's like right when you're developing yourself into adulthood. Pretty
Yeah.
much. Damn, how was it adjusting?
It was pretty hard, man. I
Yeah.
had to, like when you are that age, you might not want to like admit it, but like it's very important, like those father and mother figures to have around, because that's what shapes you as a person. You also like take in interactions from people around you as well, but like it's more important what the values that you build up at home.
Yeah.
And even though like I got good and amazing values from my parents from the time that I was with them, I missed out on so much more. So like how to be a man, how to be a person, and society just in general, those I had to like learn by myself through through a trial and error. And after that, I had to teach them to my little brother, who was also coming here in the same situation later on.
Do you think there is a difference to being a man in South America rather than in America?
There's a big difference.
Really?
Yes.
That's a very interesting idea.
Yes, there is. It is. Because the expectations from what you expect from a man here, a guy, it's very different from what you expect over there. Like the things that that is asked from you, you know, in like a community, in society, in family, in relationship. It's completely different from what you need to be here to what you need to be over there, because like the culture just in general.
I feel like in our countries, Colombia, Ecuador, the man represents more of a macho figure,
Yeah.
but here is more of a provider figure.
Exactly. Over there, to be honest, like at this age, you're really not expected to do much. Just like maybe study, and if you're not studying, just work, but not really both at the same time. And people don't really like concentrate on what they really want to do because the
Yeah.
situation is kind of hard, you know.
Yeah. There's less opportunities,
Exactly.
I believe in.
Like over here, you do have the freedom to do both, and it might be hard, but it's doable.
Yes.
For example, like I do gotta say, in South America, you can't do both at the same time.
No.
It's
you
either
cannot.
or.
Yeah.
It's either or you work or you study.
Yeah.
Or you concentrate on whatever it is that makes you happy, but you can't do all of them at the same time.
Yeah, there's like the economy just doesn't
Yeah.
make it for you. Your family, everybody's trying to support themselves, but it's kind of weird because even though, and like I can speak only for Colombia,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's very
It's
similar
very
to
similar
Ecuador.
because
Yeah.
like right there, we're like neighbors right there.
Communities are more united, but they have less aspiration
Yeah.
because they have less opportunity.
But that's why they live happier though.
That is why they live happier.
If you go over there, if you go to South America, you get to see that even though people don't have what you have here, you barely will see people with iPhones and computers. Teenagers don't have cars over there, shit like that.
Hell no.
But they are 100 times more happier over there with the way that they're living because they have like to worry less about that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Than over here, that you gotta worry. I gotta pay my taxes.
Yeah.
I gotta pay my car insurance. I gotta pay for the bill for the hospital or whatever other things that might come up that is being introduced to you early on. It's not over there.
That's what a capitalist like nation does. It makes you be a consumer, and that's what becomes like, I guess, the ultimate ego. You're trying to consume everything, and you're not willing to sit down and be comfortable in your minimalism.
You travel to Colombia often, don't you? Sometimes I travel to Ecuador whenever I have the opportunity, and then whenever I go over there, my worries just fade away.
Yeah.
And I get to enjoy what I'm supposed to be enjoying at this time of my life, I think. And then when I come over here, I feel like I got to go back into gear to whatever was going on and just readjust to it. And it's just completely different because I have friends over there as well, and I have friends over here. And just to see how their lives are completely different and what they want and what it's expected from them.
In America, you get like these studies that say that like, I don't know how true this is. This is just my perspective on what I've seen. But in America, there's more depression and anxiety going around rather than in our countries where people just seem to be happier and their problems stem more from money rather than, what is it?
You have too many choices here.
Huh.
You have you been in that situation where the more choices you have, the more paralyzed you are because you don't know what to do?
Maybe not many choices, but maybe it's you have more structured choices.
Exactly, yeah.
It's everybody tries to structure your life. Car payments, bills, school, etc. And in our countries, it's more like you do have those responsibilities, but you're more able to be more in control of it.
Yeah, it's because you don't got to worry about all of them. It's either one or the other.
Exactly. Damn, that's true.
Over there is like either you worry about working. Okay, he's working. I understand he can study, or it's either he's studying. Like, you can't be working that much right now because he's studying.
Yeah.
It takes your whole life over there, either or. But here is both. Especially if you come from an immigrant family, because you don't have the opportunities that other people may have. So I know some people that have the opportunity to like just do one thing, but if that's not the case, especially for most of the people that I know,
the education part is really interesting because in Colombia, for example, I can truly say that I learned more in Colombia, and I wish I would have gotten an education in Colombia rather than in America.
Really?
Because here the public schools are very, very, very poor.
They're bad.
They're really bad.
I saw that when I got here because half of my high school experience was in Ecuador, and when I came over here, I already knew everything.
Yeah.
Like junior and senior year, I did not do anything because everything was just like from previous semesters or like years that I already had back over there. It's way more advanced.
And it's more strict.
More structured in a way that actually helps the student, I think.
Yes, I agree.
It might be harder, but...
Yeah, when I came to this country, I came in the 5th grade. And I was supposed to redo 5th grade because I came at a time when I was already like too far ahead, whatever. But my parents like fought for it and they were like, no, he's good. So I took exams and I passed them even without knowing the language.
Yeah.
So it's like, how come me as a kid in 5th grade can like get ahead and know all of this if I'm just new to the system?
Yeah.
And then when I started, like, it was hard to adjust. But then once I adjusted, I was like doing really well. And I didn't have anything special. I had learned that already. And when you get to high school, the people that tend to excel are people that come from different places. Like in our high school, the top 10 were immigrants.
Yeah.
Why?
And I noticed, I was gonna say that too. You notice that people that have that previous experience from other countries, they tend to do a lot better here because the education system is way more structured and actually like helpful
Yeah.
for the student than here. And I heard that story many times from parents, from you, from me, from family, that they come over here and they don't do anything and they pass with better grades than the people that are actually trying.
And it's very funny because if you're coming from a different country, you're an immigrant, you don't have the resources that somebody that already has a life here. So you don't have the money, you don't have the connections, and all the material stuff, car, whatever. So you gotta start from scratch, but you do have your intellect.
Yeah.
So once you get to college, they kind of profit off of you not having those things, and that's why like school could be so expensive for an immigrant. When I was in school, I was paying what, like $8,000 a semester,
It's a lot of money.
and no aid. And so then you go to like somebody that already has a life here, and my classmates, for them that was okay
Was that
because
right?
they had already planned ahead for that. My family had planned my life ahead for Colombia, most of it, and then the other half
It
for here,
changed.
and then it just changed. And then the money is different, the expectations are higher, when in reality I was already doing well in Colombia.
We might not have the resources, but we got perspective.
Yeah.
We got perspective because we see the difference and we see the opportunity that some other people might not see.
Yeah.
Because if you grew up around it, you can value it. But if you grew up in a different perspective, seeing how difficult it could be to actually like get ahead, and you come over here and you're like, it's this easy to get ahead because I
Yeah.
already have all of this right here, like all of this knowledge or this different perspective, and like even though you might not have the resources, like you can see that it's easier to get that resource over here than over there. That's why people go. That's why people do it. So people just leave everything behind over there because they know that if they come over here, it will be easier to build up.
And that's where the whole like privilege idea comes in, because there's people that have the advantage, but they don't take advantage of it.
Because they don't see it as an advantage.
Exactly.
They're normal.
There's this thing that I don't remember who said it, but somebody said that traveling is just as much of an education as it is going to school.
Yeah.
And it's because you get to learn the different perspectives, and those perspectives will help you connect with more people because you understand their background. You get to learn things that you will actually use in real life. And if you come across a problem, it's figure it out or like end up in the street. So it's life or death for that.
It's left with that.
Yeah.
But what I do notice is that you get more pride out of it, though.
You do.
I could have been I don't know how to say this, but like I built it up from the ground up when I came here without much help, and I wouldn't change it because I wouldn't feel satisfied with what I've accomplished, what I have right now. Even though like to some other people it might not be much, but that's like hard work from my part.
Yeah.
And not from like the aid of like my parents or aid from anyone else, like their money. It's wherever I got, I did it. If I went to college and I'm managing to do it, it's because I put in the work and I got it done. If I buy a car, it's because I did it for myself. No one gave me a car. Like, here you go. Here you go. I'll help you pay the insurance. You just pay the card note. Nah,
bro, that's not life.
It might be a beater, but I earned that shit,
Yeah, it's like when people say like, "Oh, what was your most like delicious million that you ever made?" Is the first one, is the first 100K, because you had nothing and you got something, man.
And you got it,
Yeah, you did.
That's with everything.
Yeah, you become more appreciative of everything, and then you start like appreciating your parents a little more. You're like, all right, they do work hard.
Because you didn't know back then.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
Yeah.
You didn't know how hard they work to get you here or to do whatever they're doing. You might have been like kind of mad at them because you didn't have what other kids had. Your
grandpa had to crawl so your dad could walk.
Exactly.
So now you could jog, and then hopefully your kids can run.
But now like I see it.
Yeah.
I was mad at them, to be honest. Like, damn. I wish I was like the other kids, like.
At what age did you go apart from your parents?
At the same age that I came here.
15.
But previously, before that, I already had traveled like a year and then come back, and then another year and then come back.
So pretty much like 14.
Yeah, I had some experience with it, but I didn't know how hard it was going to be to like do it long term, because it was just like, oh, this short periods of time. But then when it became like an actual, like, it's a forever thing now, get used to it. That's when it hit.
How did you guys get to that decision?
That was my decision.
You made it.
I made it.
Wow.
They didn't want me to do it.
Wow, dude.
I just remember one day, it was because I was in high school over there, and I was just thinking, I will never forget. I was sitting in a classroom and I was thinking, like, I was born over there, in the U.S. and have an opportunity.
You were born here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
My mom gave birth to me here, and then I grew up over there. And out of nowhere, I was like, I want to go to college over there. I want to take the opportunity that my mom, like, fought hard for, because it wasn't easy for her to come over here and be by herself pregnant and then gave birth to me, and then having to, like, after a while to come back, like, it was a whole hassle for her to do all that, to give me that opportunity, to give me that chance that a lot of people, like, will fight for over there, that will be like, damn, I wish I had that opportunity. It's like I'm gonna take what my mom did for me, and I'm gonna pay it back for me and for my family. And then I remember one day I was like, the same night, I told my mother, like, after this school year, I'm going over there.
Wow.
And they thought about it. I don't know, they talked with the family and everything, because I kept saying it, like, after this school year, I'm leaving. And education is hard over there. Like, I almost didn't pass my classes too over there, because they were so difficult. The professors are like high school professors over there, like university teachers here.
Yes.
That's how they are.
Yeah.
Very complicated, but with more assignments and actually like all of that. And I was taking tutoring classes because like I can't stay. I have to go. Like my mindset was so set, and like I gotta leave. And then I did it. I managed. I took a plane, and then it became real.
When you came here, who did you stay with?
With my grandma.
And what did you do? You enrolled in school, and then
I enrolled. They didn't send me back, but they set me back in some classes, because the process for like validating those classes, they didn't really understand it, because I already had taken physics, I already had taken chemistry, all these like very complex classes.
At 15.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
And they didn't want to like accept them. They didn't want to like go, because when you translate it in the transcript, it doesn't really translate that well, and they didn't really understand it. And it was like the first one. I was the first one, for my family. So they didn't want to validate it. So I had to like take some classes, like set back some classes, which was fine, I guess. But I learned from that. So when my brother came, he had to do the same process. I had to fight for it. Like, nah, he took these classes. He already did this. Like, he shouldn't be set back. So he did fine completely, just because like I already knew the whole process.
When your brother came, how was that?
That was hard. That was difficult.
How old were you?
I don't remember. I think it was in 2020, 2021. It was difficult because I didn't want him to go through that, because I was already here for like a few years, like 4 or 5 years, since 2016.
Yeah.
So like, 4 or 5 years. And I really didn't want him to go through that, because it was very difficult. The living situations weren't that nice. And, you do miss your family, and you do need your parents. And I realized that I always thought, like, I don't need anyone. I'm doing completely fine. I'm independent.
But that's the macho mindset that we talked about.
I always thought, like, I'm very independent. I don't need anyone. But, like, it really was eating me down and taking me down. I was getting very depressed, because I felt like I couldn't count on anyone. And I felt like I needed to be alone. Dude,
that's why there are so many Hispanic children with like parent traumas.
Yeah.
Because they expect you to be like, all right, you're going to do this and you're going to do it well. You're not going to bullshit it. So there you were feeling that like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it right. And then what if you told your parents that, oh no, you know what, I take it back?
Yeah.
How would that have been?
Horrible. To be honest,
it wouldn't be an option.
I barely like talked to them during those years, because I didn't want them to worry, because my mom is a very sentimental person. She's an amazing mother. And my dad as well, because he works really hard, to provide. But my mom is very sentimental. So if I ever said one thing like of my situation, or like, oh, I'm feeling this, she would have broken down. So for me, it was more like, I gotta like take it within me, so that I don't like make her feel bad, so that I protect my family, my mother and my dad.
I didn't know this about you, bro.
It was difficult. Like, I was going through so much stuff during those years, but I couldn't really tell her at all because I tried doing that once and she broke down because, oh, my son, I miss him and he's going through this, and she will start crying and calling the whole family, and she will completely break down because she's a very sentimental, loving mother. So I just had to, like, take care of her in my own way. Then after that, I was like, I can't do this to her.
What did you rely on emotionally during that period of time?
Emotionally?
Since you were like going through the separation, you didn't have a parent figure per se. I mean, your grandma was there. I'm sure she was a parent figure to you.
It was very difficult.
But yeah, like telling your friend, like somebody to rely on. Like, was it friends? Was it girlfriends? Was it,
It was,
if you weren't talking to your parents, maybe your brother?
no. It was mostly friends and partners, I guess. I only had like one that lasted a long time, but like, yeah, and maybe uncles that might understand my situation, that back in the day they went to similar stuff that I did. So I I had a lot of help in that aspect. Like, I did have people that I could talk to sometimes, so it really helped me like set my mindset a little bit better, because there were some times that I wanted to, like, you know what, I'm done.
Yeah.
I want to give up. I don't want to do this.
Throw the towel, that's it. Seeing the people that were around you, like your friends, seeing them have more of a childhood, do you think that affected you?
Yes, it did. Not only that, like, it affected when I saw like how they had more opportunities sometimes, or like different aspects that they might have had that I didn't. Like, oh yeah, I'm going with my family to this place. I'm gonna do this. We're going on vacation. Or my parents gave me this, and my family helped me with this. And all those things. Like, damn, it really affected me. Cause I wish like I had those same situation, or like I had the same opportunity. But I didn't hold them against them at all, because like, damn, it was also my decision as well. So I was like, I decided this. I gotta fight for it. And I wasn't the only one who was being affected by it, because obviously my family, we're very close. So even though I'm the one doing it, they're also fighting it for it, because they're the ones that have to deal with me not being there. Because I have a very close family. We care about each other very much, and we're always there for each other, to support each other and everything. So when I moved, it was like ripping away something out of them as well.
Yeah.
So they also had to go through it, very, very difficult for them. Every time I went over there to visit, it was just like crying because I had to go back, because I had to leave. It was like every time it was heartbreaking.
Wow, bro. That is some deep stuff.
Yeah.
I had no idea about any of that, bro. Wow. Dude, I cannot imagine that. After you went through all of that, I personally believe that the most important nucleus in is the family.
It's a family.
Right? Because, you could be in school, like you have your nucleus of friends and stuff.
Yeah.
But, as you get older, your work becomes your nucleus.
Yeah.
But growing up without that nucleus, do you think that made you more of a social person, or as a more like alone? Not alone, but like,
Yeah, I understand.
you can be with yourself
Mhm.
more comfortably than someone that's been growing up with a family.
Yeah, I have no problem being by myself.
Mm.
For a year, I lived with myself with my brother, because my grandma, she will be on and off. She will travel a lot through 1 year. So it's only me and him in the house, completely alone, for a year.
Do you prefer to be socially more or alone more?
That's a very difficult thing, because what I noticed is that, I don't know if you remember, there was a period of time that I disappeared
Okay.
from everyone. Like, I didn't talk to any friends. I stopped like communicating because of how I was feeling. Like, I bottled in. But now I feel like I'm more appreciative of friends. That's why I'm always like, hey guys, let's do something. I want to like hang out with you guys, because I feel like I took it for granted before. And now that I know and I have more appreciation, so like, no, I want to see my friends. I want to see my homies. I want to hang out with them, even if we don't do anything crazy. Like, it's like for me, that's another family that I built up from here, because those are the friends that I made as soon as I got here, and they're still here. And those are the true ones that I believe that I have, because you can make acquaintances everywhere. Like I meet people in college and work everywhere, friends, but like the ones that the core group that I have here, that is the important one. That it's always been there. It's never left. Even if we don't talk, it's there.
Yeah. You're the
And
one that taught me about the cactus and the succulent
yeah.
friends. And I really appreciate that because it's hard to notice it when you don't point it out.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you point it out, it's like, wow, it's always been there.
It's always been there. Like friends are like either like a bonsai.
Can you explain that like really well? Because I've been taking credit for it, and I want you to.
All right, so I saw this online, so it's not my thing, but I
was
remember. Okay, so friends are like either a bonsai or a cactus. When you have a cactus, it could be sitting in your window. You don't really have to like give it much water or much attention, and it will still be alive and it will grow. You can remember that you have a cactus after like a week or so, and it still be there, happy, flourishing with no problem. But with a bonsai, you need to trim it, water it, give it like fertilizer all the time. You forget about it for a week, it's dead. You can't count on it anymore. And friends are like those plants. You have friends that don't really require that much attention, but you know that that friendship is going to stay strong, even though if you don't talk to them like in a month or a week. But if you like text them or call them, they're like, hey, yo, yeah, let's go. I remember.
Yeah.
It's like time never passed.
Yeah.
Like it's just like if I talk to him yesterday or next month, but it's gonna be the same way, same response, same energy. Then with my other friends, if you don't talk to them for like 2 weeks, they act differently. It's the friendship just diminished, or whatever you guys had built up, it just is not there. You gotta be constantly there to like support it.
I absolutely love it. I've had both. I've had a bonsai and a cactus. Guess which one's alive?
The cactus. No, like and I noticed that for me at least, the best friendships that I have are the cactus friendships.
Yes.
Because
it depends on the person.
Yeah, it depends on the person. But in my perspective, like I understand everyone is so busy. Everyone has their own things. Everyone has their own lives. You can't be like 24/7 there, And when I have that time, I'll give it to you, and that friend will do the same thing. And if that person needs me, I'll be there in the same way, And I feel like we have that like cactus friendship. Like sometimes we might not talk. Yeah. But I'll hit you up like, oh, yo, let's go like chill. Like tomorrow we're chilling,
Yeah. I wonder if it's possible for like bonsai or like succulents to be friends with cacti. Like to have a best friend type of connection.
I guess. It would be difficult because they will have to understand how each other are.
Yeah.
It would be more demanding for the cactus, I guess.
The bonsai would be more annoyed.
Yes. It's just like, balance, I guess.
I was going to ask something. When your brother came here, how was that for you? Because you were used to already being alone.
Mm-hmm.
And the little attention that you had came from your grandma and your aunt. So then when he came and like sharing that, how was that?
It was like taking care of a kid, my son, basically.
How old was your brother?
He's 3 years younger than me, but he's the younger brother.
Okay.
So you know how that could be. Like
Did he make the choice or did your parents make the choice for him?
I think it was like both of them at the same time. But like, he's always like mimado. I don't know how to say that. Like they took care of him.
He was
like very pampered.
He was a young kid, yeah.
He's the younger one. You know how they treat the younger one,
Yeah.
So I think it was gonna be harder for him, and it was harder for him. And I just had to be there for him because he understood like the way now.
Yeah.
I guess. And
yeah, you kind of have to grow up with those sort of.
I feel like I had to grow up way too fast.
You did, yeah, dude.
This is the one thing that I know, and that has happened to most of the people that go through my situation. If for a man it's hard to like feel and show how they feel, it's even harder for a person that goes through that type of stuff. Like it's really hard for me to like have to feel myself like that, like sometimes I feel like I'm bottled up and I have to force myself to like, I need to cry, but I can't. Like, I need to like force myself to do it because like it's just gonna stay within me. I can do it.
Do you find it easier to trust people?
I feel like people find it easy to trust me.
But does that happen because you've already gone through those problems and you're like, well, there could be harder things?
Because what I've noticed is that people say that
you kind of are wise in that way.
For what do I get is like I give like tranquility to people because I'm kind of neutral. So like it's not like I'm too over the top or too like down here. Like I'm right here in
You're
the
more
center.
grounded.
Yeah. So I guess they say that like, oh, you bring tranquility. Like I could talk to you because I guess it's lack of emotion sometimes.
I don't think it's lack of emotion.
I don't know.
I think it's experience. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm playing let's say I'm a soccer guy.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm playing a football game, I'm gonna be much more nervous playing a football game.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to only soccer. But you've already done it. You've experienced that already. You've been there. So to you it's like, well, like, you know, if this goes wrong, then it's okay. There's a solution to that.
Yeah.
So to somebody that's just like stepping into adulthood and like growing up and going through life and like taking up all the bills and being like alone,
Mm-hmm.
to them that's scary. They've
It
always
is.
been pampered. But you've already done it. So your tranquility, I don't think it's lack of emotion. I think it's just experience.
And there's one thing that I've been trying to apply lately because I was someone that worried a lot, to be honest. And this like type of thinking really saved me. Is like if something has a solution, then you don't have to worry about it
Yeah.
because you know what you gotta do to like fix it. If something doesn't have a solution at all, you can't do anything about it. Then you also don't have to worry about it because there really isn't anything you could do. It's out of your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So either or, why are you worrying about it? You know,
Yeah.
just take it easy and find a way. And if you can't, then don't worry because you can't. You know, there's no way to do it.
Yeah. That's very stoic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That's the best way to approach life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's things you should worry about.
Because you worry when you know why you have to do and you don't do it. Because you
Yes.
know what you got to do to fix it.
Yeah. People tend to focus on the problem rather than
Mhm.
in the solution. It's easier to do that
It
because
is.
it's easier to destroy than to build.
Yes,
You know, Rome wasn't built overnight, but it could be destroyed overnight.
it could be.
Sheesh. And
I'm telling you. This is how it works.
I feel so like I'm getting to know a new person.
I don't really talk about it.
Yeah, I know you don't because I never knew this and I've known you for forever.
No, yeah.
Wow, man.
You know what it gave me? Like, you know the vibe, like, oh, he's the funny one, but his backstory, you know, when you hear it.
You see, bro, this is why I want to do this podcast. Like, this is the perfect example because you never know what people are going through.
It's true.
And if, you know, if the people that watched it is only my friends, I'm happy with that because at least those people affect me like
Mhm.
right there. But you never know what they're going through. And like you said, maybe they're the funny one, but you don't know their background story and you don't know what's going on in their home. So to them to be like, okay, I relate with that person relates with me, this helped them, I could use this,
Yeah,
that mindset will help me. Let's give it a shot and stuff like that.
exactly. Because when you meet someone, sometimes like you only know the face that they give you,
Yeah.
but they have a whole life behind it.
Yeah. You're
That they
a
don't
different person with your family, with your friends, alone,
Mm-hmm.
completely. What do you think helped you acquire that mentality? Was it like music? Was it the gym? Was it your friends?
It was the creativity in my head. I always thought I always think that I'm a creative person. So, you know, you always have to have something that will help you like de-stress, I think, and clear your head. And whenever like most of my free time, I usually use it to do creative stuff like drawing or like music or like, I don't know. I like, as you know, like sometimes I do photography and stuff. And maybe school, I guess, you know, get my mind out of it. Just have a lot of hobbies, you know. Keeps me busy.
This is gonna get a lot of people mad. Do you do you think you went through a episode of depression and anxiety
Yeah,
during that time?
I did.
So for me, in my opinion, I've gone through those episodes too, especially through COVID. And now reflecting on it, I feel like the reason why I went through that was because I had too much free time in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in control of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a facade. I thought I was in control, but I wasn't. The laziness took over. And so, in my opinion, I went through depression because I had too much free time.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had been doing something and working on something that I loved, I wouldn't have room for depression.
Yeah.
So do you think people go through depression episodes because they're relinquishing their control to someone else, and that something or someone else is having control over them?
That could be definitely a part of it, because there are a few. We're animals. Humans are animals, you know. There are a few animals in this world that have consciousness about their existence. And when you leave someone with their thoughts, people, they go crazy.
It eats them up.
It eats them up, because that's just how it is. Like, we are leaving behind our just like natural instinct as an animal to be something else, and to, like, you know, knowledge and stuff, and be more conscious of ourselves,
Yeah, our existence.
that when you leave those thoughts alone with nothing else, it eats you up. It makes you wonder and then compare, because social media, especially for example, like
Yeah.
during COVID, like, yes, people were like, you know, confined, but then you open social media and you see all of this stuff, you know, from other people, and you start comparing your lives, or who you are. Like, oh, I wish I could be like this, or I wish I had this, or I wish I was this successful. And instead of like you acting on something that you should be doing, you start just like consuming what other people are doing.
Yeah. The grass is always greener on the other side.
Exactly.
But the reality is the grass is always greener where you water it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you're not watering your own grass, then yes, you will struggle.
That will get you depressed.
Yeah. So in a way, hobbies did kind of get your mind away from that.
Mm-hmm. Also because I noticed that I wasn't taking care of myself. People say like, oh, it's not important. It's very important to take care of yourself.
Very important.
How you feel with yourself. Because some people think like, oh, you're doing it to look good in front of these people, or to, like, you know, stuff like that. But the reality is that you gotta do it for yourself. You gotta, like, if you want to look good, you know, you gotta take care of your haircut, you know, start dressing how you feel more comfortable with, how you feel more, you know, better, I guess. If you don't feel comfortable with your physique, you gotta do something about it. Like, put the work in yourself, because people put work in companies, in jobs, daily, 8 hours a day, but they never put in the work for themselves. They're willing to work for someone else, but they're not willing to work for themselves, even if it's minimal.
I believe, this is my personal opinion, that we are each our own gods.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've told you this before.
I think you did.
I believe that we're our own gods because we are able to create. And by creating, we give life to something.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are not creating for ourselves and we're allowing someone else to create through us,
Mm-hmm.
then their God is the one that's profiting off of it,
Mm-hmm.
not us. So that's why we should be embracing our creativeness, our gifts, our God-given gifts.
Yeah.
And that's what will give us the ultimate joy or happiness that we seek. It's not through the money. The money is additional. That's the bonus. But
if you're doing what you like, and you're consistent with yourself, it will just come to you.
yes. You go to the gym a lot.
I go every day.
I saw your picture when you called me. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Who is this big ass guy?
No, I usually just wear, like, people tell me, like, why do you work out so much if you wear oversized clothing all the time and you cover up? It's like, 'cause I don't do it for other people. I do it for myself.
That's funny.
Yeah, like, I don't gotta be showing it out. I'm working on me for me. And if I show it, it's because I want to show me, you know, for myself. Because some people, I think they do it to show off to other people, and that's when, like, they only do it for like 2 months, 3 months. When you like start working, or you start a project, or you start something, and you do it for someone else, or to like get attention, it's not gonna last.
You know, the motivation, that excitement, it only lasts for so long.
Mm-hmm.
That's only good for it starting.
Yeah.
You need to find something you truly love that genuinely makes you happy so you can keep on doing it consistently. And that's why I don't believe in discipline. Because, you know, you're only disciplined to things that you don't really want to do. Because that's, you know, if you love something, then you don't need to have a rigid schedule. You'll do it because you just want to do it. You're going to wake up early and do what you want to do because you want to do it.
I agree with that because, for example, we're talking about working out. For me specifically, I struggle to get a day off.
Damn. I struggle to go to the gym.
No, for me, it's like I struggle to not go. Like I gotta force myself. Like yo, I gotta rest. My body's beat. I'm exhausted. I gotta take it easy, but I want to go. So and also because I surround myself with a lot of people like you and people that know that they're doing. Like I know a lot of people that do completely different things,
Hmm.
but in its way, they're all doing what they love the most. So it inspires you to do what you love the most as well.
Yeah, dude.
Someone told me this. People are not gonna agree with this, but there's no heaven or hell.
Okay.
They told me that what happens is that spirits, they just stay here, and if you had a good vibe, like if you accomplished and you did what you love, then you'll be a good energy around the world because everything is energy. Energy doesn't get destroyed. It just gets it just changes. But if you had bad energy and you did something bad or like it just in general like really bad energy and you just didn't enjoy your life, when you die, that energy stays as a bad energy, and those are the devils, and the good energies are like the angels. And when you die, those are the energies that are around you. You
Mm.
know, the good ones and the bad ones.
Yeah. The protons and the electrons.
That's how it told me. Like, you don't go anywhere; you just stay here,
Mm.
and it just depends on what type of energy you are. You go to the good energy or the bad energy.
Do you believe in karma?
I do believe in karma.
So tell me your definition of karma.
Mine, I think I have a very simple definition for karma. It's not very complex. It's just like whatever you do or give, it will come back to you.
Okay.
Yeah. In general, it could be for anything. The most minimal stuff, it will come back.
How about in auras?
Can you
Like,
elaborate?
if somebody walks past you, you can like sense them. Like you can be like, oh, you know what? I could maybe be friends with that person.
Yeah, you can definitely see. But I think it's just because I'm a very observant person. That is one thing that helped me through the experience that I've gone through, is that you become more observant of people and you get to read body language more. Because people could lie, They could lie and say as much as they want, but the eyes, how you express yourself, how you carry yourself, it's hard to hide that. It's hard to lie through your body and your expressions and emotions.
Yeah. I think it was Scarface. He's like, it's the eyes, Chico.
But yeah. No, it's really hard. I notice from people, like some people just try to put a face in front of people, like you just know that's not him.
I think people find you trustworthy because they've already known that you've struggled and they've seen your personality from the struggle. So they're like, well, if he was cool while struggling, how much cooler can he be when he's like successful?
I don't know. That's up to interpretation for people.
Yeah. And you see, that's the cool thing because that makes you humble. Because you were not able to admit that or deny that for yourself. You would rather let other people express it for you. Oh. That's the thing about humility, bro. It's like, if you're really humble, you'll never say you're humble.
Okay, I see that.
Because then you're not humble.
You're right.
No one will ever humble you more than your own family.
For real.
Because they will never see like your success.
You gotta show them.
Yeah, man. There's so much to know about a person.
Yeah.
Like, I want this to be, this is a personal struggle that I've been having a lot. I want this to be about like people's careers and stuff.
Yeah.
But how can it be about a career if you don't talk about the mental struggles that you go through it?
About their life.
Yeah.
Because the career just shows something, but you don't know what they did to get there.
Yeah.
Or how they got there. Because some people might got there easily than other people.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I'm studying biochemistry, biology, and major in bio and minor in chem. And there's so many other people that are studying the same thing in my college because it's mostly bio majors in there. But my experience through that studying, it's 100 times different from the experience from my friends that probably have like 4.0 GPAs. But the way we got there is just completely different.
This is why like I've been struggling because of that. Because you gotta understand what led them to that point. You know, like you gotta revisit and reflect on everything from the past. And sometimes they don't even know themselves what led them there.
You made me reminisce on things that I completely forgot right now that I went through.
So that's crazy.
Yeah.
So now I'm sure you understand like yourself in the present more.
Yeah.
And like what led you to that. Man, it's so beautiful how we forget so easily. And we just change our structure, our like mental structure for occasions. I could remember like a time in my life, for example, when I was a child and I would laugh and like genuinely laugh. Like I would be like laughing and I could cry laughing. And then like out of nowhere, I feel like as I got older, like I just stopped laughing. And I was like, why can't I like laugh the same way?
For simple things like before.
Exactly.
Like now it feels like it has to be an event.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, it has to be a good reason, you know? Or you feel like people are judging you, like, why is he laughing for like that childish stuff that right there just happened?
Yeah, man. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And so, damn, I just got the chills because that's so true. And so now, like, as I'm getting older, I'm like trying to revisit that. And I'm like, maybe I should be more of a child. Like that child like creativity and like exploration. That's the way to live, I think.
That doesn't take away how mature you are, how much of an adult you are.
No.
Maturity and all that it's different. You can enjoy your hobbies, even if they might look childish, but it depends on how you carry yourself. And if you have balance with your life and your hobbies and discovering yourself and also taking care of everything else, that's maturity. It don't matter what you're doing.
Yeah. You gotta look at like older people. Older people are more like babies than what an adult is, like a 40-year-old is.
Yeah.
Because they care less. They're like, well, it's life, it's what you said. If I can't solve it, then why am I stressed? And if I can solve it, then solve it.
Yeah.
This was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, bro.
And the amazing studio, you're probably gonna it's probably gonna change a lot throughout like the sessions.
Yeah, bro.
But like I could see it,
Yeah, man. It's gonna be good. I think it'll be good.
It's gonna
cold.
be great.
It's really cold right now. My feet are cold. I regret taking off my
wearing
shoes.
our shoes. You got the grippers out, It's
been so hard doing all this. And like this is what I'm saying. Like I know a lot of people that have been going through like depression episodes. And I do believe in seasonal depression.
Yes.
I think that's real.
It's a thing.
It happens during winter a lot.
That's why I called you in December, like, bro, like I'm dying, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm in my lowest of lowest, and I was like, I need someone to talk to. Oh, don't forget to reach out to people. That's what I learned. Someone that you feel comfortable with, obviously. And I remember like you helped me a lot to just get my thoughts into place because I was going downhill back then, to be honest.
Yeah,
a month ago,
That's how fast life is.
Yeah.
It's a month ago. And like you sound, I remember the very first thing you said when we sat down.
Really?
Well, I don't remember word by word, but I remember what it was about. I was like, yo, how's life? And you were like, really bad. And now it's like, you sound much better. But yeah, that's how fast life can change if you just readjust.
That's how much one conversation can change.
Yeah.
How you see things and how you go on.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to tell you, that conversation changed a lot for me in this month. It really helped.
I appreciate that, man. I'm glad that it did. Because seeing you happy, it's like, okay, good.
Yeah.
There's something there. There's some magic
and
there.
I think this is what it is, this podcast,
Yeah.
This is what it's gonna do to people, I think. To the people that you're gonna have here, because you're gonna make them think about it and like talk about it. And to the people that might watch it, because they might feel related to it.
Yeah.
We don't know how many people are going through the same stuff. Like, I'm not saying that my case is special, because I definitely do know people that has been through the same type of situations or even worse. I'm like, damn, you really went through that? Like, I couldn't have done it,
Yeah.
And I don't take away from what they experienced, I don't like to do that. It's like that's tough.
Yeah, bro.
And I was gonna say this. I know that you're a real friend, and the people that you have around you are real friends to you because they're not envious of you. They're really happy that you're getting to what you want to do.
Damn.
They wanted to be part of it and support you, and they don't envy it that you're actually doing it.
Damn, bro. Not gonna lie, like, sheesh. That actually, like, my eyes feel watery
because
now, bro.
people that are not actually your friends, they will try to drag you down. Be like, nah, why are you doing that? Like, that's so stupid. Or they will try to take it away from you somehow. But the people that are actually your friends, like, yes, come on, I want to be part of it. Like, let me help you out. Like, let me give you ideas. Or I'll be part of whatever you need, Like, I'm happy you're doing it. And they'll see it and like, yes,
Damn, bro. That's very true. Damn, I feel so grateful right now. I was asking myself in the last podcast, I think it was the first one, and I asked myself, why do I have to record it? Why does there have to be cameras? And, you know, you told me yesterday that you like felt nervous about it.
Yeah.
I was like, just don't focus on the cameras. They're just items that are there and they're not serving any purpose. But now that I think about it, I do think they serve a purpose. And the purpose is to share it to more people going through the same thing, to help them. And it's just as simple as that. We do not have a message, but we do have an experience.
Yeah.
And it's up to you if you want the experience or not.
Some people it might be helpful for them to be like, okay, I'm not alone. People got through it. Why can't I get through it?
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the thing. If this experience doesn't help you, all right, maybe the next one will.
Yeah.
And eventually something will stick because we're humans and we all go through the same things, just different perspectives. That's it. All right, bro. I'll let you go now. Man, this shit got emotional, bro. I need hot tea.
Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Bro,
I feel privileged.
Bro, my eyes feel.
I saw it.
Yo, no cap, bro. I was about to cry.
You're a true friend, bro.
Yo, damn, dude. That shit hit, man. I need a hug.
I was about to cry. I was like, hey, yo, I can't be crying here.
Damn, bro.
You know what it also shows? That we don't have toxic masculinity. Like, it shows more openness to, like, you don't have to hide it, you know, like,
Yeah.
like we have feelings too, bro. That's why we kill each other. That's why we kill ourselves, because we don't have people that we could be like this with.
Yeah.